Well, we are obviously very disappointed that we were not able to play better and advance to the Sweet 16. It's very difficult to get to that weekend, and Miami played very well. Their experience, their speed, their quickness, right from the jump, they had us. Our team did an amazing job this year coming together and winning an SEC championship. Been a great locker room. Unbelievable character, unbelievable effort, energy. The guys loved each other, played for each other, gave each other grace. We give God the glory in the victory. We give him the glory in the defeat. This is the plan, and we're going to learn from it.
Justin Ferguson, Auburn Observer. Bruce, in the losses you guys have had this season, Jabari and Walker had played really, really well tonight, off games for both of them. What was different about this one? Something Miami was doing on defense, or, what went into that?
Yeah, just, if I knew, I probably could have prevented it, It's like, sometimes when you talk to the losing coach and he doesn't have the answers, because I didn't have the answers, and that's a good question. Jabari and Walker have been consistent as anybody we've had, right? Part of it's just getting off to a bad start. Walker picked up 2 early fouls, missed a couple easy ones early, and I thought their ball pressure, it bothered us early. We came down and we got disrupted. Zep was disrupted, passing out of the double team and, things that we knew they were going to do that we hoped to take advantage of the double team, and we really never did. We were inviting the trap and then trying to make plays out of it. And so.
AL.com first and then Miami Herald.
Tobias Wilbo on AL.com. Bruce, they had 30 fast break points. You guys had 1 fast break point, and then there was a lot of short shots. Was fatigue a factor at all?
No, I don't think the fatigue was a factor. I mean, we were disrupted. We were getting outplayed. And our team we haven't been outplayed like that all year, right? As I stop and think about our losses, right? Our first loss at Arkansas, we got possession to win the game in regulation. It's an overtime loss. Our next loss, I think, was at Florida. We got the ball to win it in regulation, right? We go to Tennessee, we're down 3 with less than a minute. That's our 3rd loss. In the A&M game, we came back, and I don't know, whatever got down to was like 4 late, something like that. So this is the first time that we got it handed to us. So we just did not respond. My best player is 18, and they have 4 players that are 24. And then that experience showed, and it really did. And so one of the things we talked about after the game was, what can we learn from this, right? What can we learn? I thought just we hadn't been hit in the mouth like that all year, and we responded throughout by the end of the first half, battle back. But when they hit us in the mouth again at the start of the second half, I thought about actually going with a different start lineup, and I probably should have because of how poorly we started. And I can put that on me. I probably should have gone with a different lineup to start the second half, because that lineup started so poorly.
Miami Herald.
Bruce, you had seen them on tape and everything. Now that you've seen them, played them in person against your team, how good do you think this Miami team is? And, going forward, they were picked 12th in the ACC this year. What do you think about this team overall?
Well, because they had so many new guys, and there was a lot. We were picked 5th in our league in one league, And so they're good. They got good pieces. They're really quick. I mean, the guards, each one of those guards, Wong and Moore and McGusty, they're all going to win. Those three kids are going to win their matchup almost every night, right? And then, Sam just is a unusual player for what he does, right? And then, Miller's was really quick. I think Miller's quickness bothered our five men a little bit. They don't have great depth, so that could be an issue for them. But they're a tough cover, and they got older, experienced guys that have just been there and done that.
Dick Cox.
Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Coach, you kind of touched on this earlier, but they get off to the good start, and again, you got all the momentum in going at the half, and they went on a 7-0 run in the first 3 minutes and all like that. Do you think that really took it out of your kids mentally to have fought back and then been back in the hole again?
Yeah, it very well could have. We had some things that we wanted to try to get done early, and we just didn't. And the game, the second half started just like the first half started. So it probably took something out of us.
On the right.
Bruce, I know you're invested in what Jabari was saying there about what he learned just this year at Auburn with presumably now him about to become a high lottery pick. What did you enjoy most about having him on your team and coaching him this season?
Well, he's just such a great competitor and such a great teammate. He truly does love his teammates, and those guys are, they get along really well. And we had a lot of fun this year. We really did. And he is, he's been raised right. He's got fantastic parents. He's got great people around him, his AAU coaches, his high school coaches, his mentors. He's got it all. I mean, he really does. And he's not selfish. He's hardworking. He's disciplined. He's got his routine. He's a pro. And he had a great experience at Auburn, and he made history at Auburn. And so I'm obviously very, very proud of him.
On the right.
Bruce, you mentioned your best player being 18. Down the stretch, is it sort of slipping away? Is it a little harder to sort of find the answers with a team as young as this one, or how do you sort of go about where to turn to for the answers down the stretch there?
Jabari, Wendell, KD, they have ability to really turn it on, right? And Walker has been terrifically consistent all year long, and I will not remember much about this game as it relates to Walker. I'm gonna remember, him being the best defensive player in college basketball. I'm gonna remember him, making plays in the air. He got 2 early fouls, and that was disruptive a little bit. He missed a couple around the basket, and he is so hard on himself, right? But we just couldn't get anything going offensively.
Corner on the right.
Yes, Bruce, Brian Matthews, AuburnSports.com. Any reason that Walker was unable to play the last 6.5 minutes, and then also what Jalen did the last 2 games? How much can it help him going into next year with probably a bigger chance to play more? Yeah,
we just obviously down like we were. We played Jalen wound up playing when Walker got in foul trouble. We started rotating Jalen at the 5. Hadn't done that much all year, and Jalen played a lot of it last year. And obviously having the 2 of them on the floor was good. We didn't do that much this year because Dylan Cardwell and Walker were so good at the 5 and so consistent. There really wasn't much need to, but we were down, so we needed to have them both out there on the floor a little bit. And then just in the last 5 or 6 minutes, Jalen had played so well that we just had him out there. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, I'm excited to build it next year around Jalen. We have been the winningest program in the SEC over the last 5 years. We've won 3 championships in 5 years, and and we will. I take great pride in the consistency of our program success, and I'm ready to build it back.
Fourth row.
Bruce, Joe Goodman, AL.com. All things considered, this felt like a transformative season for Auburn basketball during the regular season coming out of the pandemic. What are you going to take away from this season going into next year?
The SEC is going to get crushed because of our tournament performance. Arkansas is the only team that's alive. I think we just beat each other up all year. It was such a grind. And that's the only thing I can tell you, because the league was really, really good. We didn't show it in the tournament. But what I'll take, from this team is the fact that they brought it every night. They won more games on the road than any team in the SEC in league play, and we have the best home court advantage in league play, and that's why we were able to finish. When we finished 15-3 in the league, so champions. And then as far as the future is concerned, I just always promise those kids I'm going to bring in good guys. I'm going to bring in guys they want to be around, guys they want to live with, hang with, and go to church with, go to lunch with. That's what we'll do.
15-3 is correct. Mark Murphy, last question.
Yeah, Bruce, 30.4% shooting. It was your worst performance of the season. Do you think was it something Miami was doing, and it was a combination of you guys just having an off night?
Well, I think it was a combination of what Miami did defensively, their speed, their quickness. They turned us over. They stole the ball 10 times. We had some afraid to fail moments. We missed a lot of balls around the rim, right? Just a ton around the basket. We panicked a little bit offensively. Obviously didn't do a great job getting us the better looks in this game. But it was our front line has always been very dominant, right? And tonight we, even starting the second half, my gosh, we got the ball inside a couple times and just weren't able to get it down.
Coach, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
Talking a little trash on the field? Yeah, we get it. Trashing the state with litter? That's terrible. Keep it clean. Keep Alabama beautiful.